90 minutes is a long time at the
90 minutes is a long time at the Etihad.
Etihad.
We have every opportunity to go and try to do something in this game. I don't really have an expectation that it'll happen, but for me to roll over and say it's done as they're coming into our house is foolish, because I've seen what our fans can do on a night like this, and I do think they can then raise the level a little bit. But it also, again, it comes down to what we were talking about earlier with Pep. He needs to play the right players. If we bring the energy.
Before you continue there, I'm just curious. So in terms of playing the right players, obviously we just saw 3 strikers. Are you obviously Cherki, but who else are you bringing into the lineup that would help that cause in terms
I'm
of
honestly like
grinders?
No. The Reinders coming in as early as he did was crazy in that game.
Yeah. So is it just as simple as Cherki and Nico G?
I think so, honestly.
And just
I
letting
think
everyone else go into
to the
place?
point, like they're not at their fullest. Like, you don't need to respect them as much, and I think that was part of the issue with last game, is we put too much respect on their name. After the 15 minutes where we were rifling down crosses down at them, like they calmed down a bit and they took a little more control in the game. It's almost like we were trying to catch them off guard, where I don't think that necessarily needs to be the case. This isn't their top tier team where they can go head to head with us if we're playing our footy. And I think that's where it was lost a little bit. We tried something new, and it almost worked, but to the point that it didn't, and they adapted, and the game went the way it did at home for them. We need an early goal. I think Haaland shouldn't play, honestly. His track record against Madrid isn't fantastic. Against Rudiger isn't fantastic. So I do think Marmoush, at least he shouldn't start. So Marmoush should start. Nico G in the midfield with Rodri, I think it controls the midfield on its own. Like, you can afford to push a little more guys forward and have Nico, Riley, Roma from time to time. So play him as one of the 10s. Or just play a midfield 3 of them and have our wingers tuck in a little bit and play Cherki and Semenyo with Marmoush. Something along those lines. I think he overthought the first leg, in my opinion. I think, honestly, that midfield 3 should have dominated. It would have dominated in the first fixture, and I think Valverde would not have the free roam to did what he did throughout the first half. I mean, he scored a hat trick. What a hat trick! But also, Nico O'Reilly was a little off guard on the first one, and again, in a position he hasn't played in a while, a couple months. Ait Nouri's been really good defensively, offensively, speed, strength. Like, he should. I honestly think he would have been able to take care of something like that. It wasn't a crazy ball by any means. It just caught O'Reilly off guard, positioning wise, maybe even just body positioning. And then also, like, just physicality in the midfield. We would have had way more. Instead, we had Bernardo and hold on. It was Bernardo and what, it was Savio, Doku,
Rodri and Bernardo.
Rodri.
Yeah. And Semenyo played up top.
Oh yeah, 2 strikers.
This is just a pivot.
Whatever he's experimenting with Semenyo also needs to be stopped. Playing him as the striker for the first time against Real Madrid doesn't make sense. Playing him at the 10 against West Ham doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And that was the main thing we talked about pre-game, was that Semenyo's touch will let him down if he's utilized in that way. It's let him down for 2 games in a row now. And we're not utilizing our players' best attributes. And we talked about that with Haaland already, but now that we're breaking it down a little more, it just seems like we're doing that all over the fucking pitch.
True.
Kusanov needs to play. Yep. Kusanov needs to play fucking center back.
Yeah.
He saved us against West Ham. To be honest, West Ham probably should have won that game if Kusanov wasn't playing. If Diaz was playing, they would have won that game comfortably. He saved our asses on multiple occasions, and he could have done that even in the fucking Real Madrid game. That first goal, like O'Reilly does lose his footing, he's off his position a little bit, but Kusanov has the recovery pace to catch up in that situation if he's not tasked to be on the other side of the fucking pitch. So it's I don't know. It's hard to question Pep. I try not to do it that much. He tends to make us look like fucking idiots when we do so. But this is 2 games in a row where questions are raising. And my hope, all I can hope is that he gets it right for the next slate of games, because the next 3 are fucking brutal games.
They're brutal.
And he can't afford to get them wrong. There's going to be a lot of lights on him in the next 3 fixtures. And it'll change the course of the season, let's be honest. If we get knocked out the Champions League and then we don't get a result on the weekend, and then we go into that Liverpool game with our heads down, like it can go out of 3 competitions basically in the span of 10 days.
Yep.
I'm not saying that's going to happen. The way things are going, I'm not seeing the mentality that we talked about earlier in the season on the pod. I don't know where that has gone, because I think that was where a lot of this title charge was coming from. And it all seems to just disappeared almost overnight. So yeah, I think Cherokee and Nico G can bring that passion, that fire that was once brought from like Diaz and Rodri. Those guys are still there, but we need a little bit of young fire, the guys that can do it themselves, take the ball and drive forward and make it happen themselves, rather than the people that are just trying to keep the head screwed on for all the other players.
Yeah, I mean, look, Shotman, in his most optimistic way, told us how Real Madrid would win, which was 1, Pep overthinking it, and 2, Freddy Valverde being the best player on planet Earth. That both were correct, and that's why it was 3-0. Like if you're looking for a sliver of hope as a City fan, it's that literally you were beat by a one-man team. Like in the opposite way that we were talking about Jorgensen, you got beat single-handedly by one dude. Like even Vinny missed a pen. This tie should be over. Right? Donnarumma makes a pen save. At home with the pen to make it 4-0 and
he's had his 2 worst games of the season also, back-to-back games.
Oh, yeah. That the goal against West Ham was poor. We didn't even talk about that, but
it's very bad. And yeah, questionable decisions against Real Madrid.
Yeah. The 2 things that have been highlighted in his games as weak points both came to fruition in those 2 matches, which was like claiming on crosses and then decision making when he's got to step out of the box. Both happened. He got burned on both, but look, he's been great.
I do want to give him a little slack for the Madrid game though, because I do think Gahey was a little shell shocked.
Oh yeah,
not even a little, big time shell shocked. Semenyo, you could say the same. Like decision making was off, commitment to tackles was off, passes, touches, like everything was just not going for them. And
that's a tough environment to get your first
of
UCL
course,
action.
for both
ever.
of them
That's
to get
crazy.
their first Champions League appearances in their careers, to be at the fucking Bernabeu against Real Madrid in that atmosphere, like I feel for them. I understand. But now we're at home, and we need to capitalize on that. And like that lineup we talked about, these players, like they need to reverse that feeling, that shell shock of, oh, we're at the Bernabeu in a Champions League night in a knockout round. They need to reverse that. Like now they're at home, fucking backs against the walls. Like this is the time. I keep having the fucking Rodri Ruben Diaz video from the documentary playing. It's like, this is where we get big. Like this is where they need to show why they fucking get paid big dollars. We pay huge transfer sums for these guys, and they're touted as some of the world's best. Like this is the time to do it, because this tie's not done. Like you said, it should be done. Vinny Jr. misses that penalty. He gives us 1% chance to go on and win it. So this is the time where I want to see my team show that fire, that passion, and go do it. And like I've been saying, like throughout my time as a fan of this club, this has been a repeating thing. Like we don't do things easy. So this is why I can never say, oh, like we're out of it completely, down 3-0 to Real Madrid, because who am I to say that when I've seen fucking crazier things happen. So I do think we can go get the remontada. The mindset needs to be there. The fans need to be there. Pep needs to get it right. Everything basically needs to align for us, but the glimmer of hope is that sometimes things do align for us. So we go again.
Yeah. This is the one fixture where you can never predict it. It's been that way for 5 years. It's always got some crazy twist and tail, and because we actually don't have a City predicky for this one, because we're gonna do
One
all
more.
Okay. One more.
The team that have scored first in this tie have never gone on in the tournament.
Wow. That's a crazy stat.
5 times.
That is a stat.
Every time the first team to score does not make it through to the next round.
That is the copium stat of all copium stats.
I mean,
it is worked for five straight meetings. Yeah, because we don't have a predicky for City. We'll do our EFL Cup prediction video, that whole preview. Let's do a predicky for this one, just to get the ball rolling with predickies, because City, that's the only game that we can do one for. So I'm gonna go 3-1 City. I think that you guys make it all the way back. I think so. Okay, there's 2 ways that goes. I either think that it's like an early one, and then they just randomly kind of put the game back on them, and we're like, oh shit, are City gonna do it? And they just fall short. Or it's the other way, which I kind of want to happen, just as a rival, which is you guys make it all the way back, and then something stupid happens. That's just the hater in me. So, and Vinny Jr.
Oh, it's Vinny. Yeah. See, I was gonna say 2-0.
2-0 Madrid.
2-0 City.
No, that's also
these
wrong.
are all very possible.
Yeah, and Cherokee just completing like 13 dribbles or something. You know what I mean? Doing what he can. Yeah, that's just funny.
All right, what's the scoreline that gets them through?
The only way we make it through is if we win 4-0. If we go to extra time or penalties, like it's not happening. So we have to win 4-0.
All right. Who's your man of the match?
Cherokee.
Okay.
Cherokee.
Cherokee.